welcome back to my channel. And it has been what, like 6 days since I uploaded a video, but I've been did this set. I just haven't had a chance to do my voiceovers and stuff like that. So I am here, and today I'm going to be doing a fill-in on this set and a pink design. So first I go in as usual and I push the cuticle back, making sure I expose all the new growth. That way when we come in with our cuticle bit, we can get everything from the cuticle. And I'm coming in with this cuticle bit, guys. This bit I got off of Amazon. I cannot find the link anymore, but whenever I do find it, I'm gonna leave the link in the description box. But I'm sure you can search on Amazon and find different type of cuticle bits, but this is the one that I use with the round edge like that. And I use this to help me to get as close as possible to the cuticle. Whereas if when the client comes in and I notice like they have a lot of excess cuticle and new growth on the nail bed, some people, everybody's different. So sometimes I look at it and I can tell like I want to go in with the cuticle bit and get a little bit deeper. And then I come in with my 200 grit sanding band and I'm going to finish prepping the nail. And when I'm doing this, guys, I'm just doing it with light motion. I'm not putting any pressure on it. I'm literally just removing all that new growth. As you can see, like the new growth is that like white thing that's built up on top of the nail. So that's what I'm trying to remove, and just trying to get the shine off the nail in one as well. And also, guys, like I love this cuticle bit because sometimes the sanding band, you find it difficult to get as close as possible to the cuticle, but with the cuticle bit is not aggressive, so you could push it up against the skin somewhat. So I really like the cuticle bit because it just helps to get as close, like extremely close, and it's harder to cut the client. So when I'm prepping the nail with my sanding band, I have my drill on 4 or 5,000 RPM. I never go any higher than that or lower. I just always go 4 or 5. That works for me. You don't want to do this on a high speed because you don't want to create any friction on the nail, and then the client's nail is going to start burning. You're going to be damaging your client's nail. So you want to use this on the lowest speed possible, which for me is between 4 and 5. And then whenever I'm done with that, I always come in and clip my cuticles. This literally takes like 1 minute or 30 seconds. So sometimes you don't want to skip this step. I never skip it because it makes my end results look better. And sometimes, guys, like if you notice if you leave all that hangnails and you're coming in with your application, that hangnail is sometimes in the way. And sometimes if you're doing a polish too, the hangnail is in the way and it messes up the final results because the skin was there, that dead skin was there. So you want to just kind of go ahead and remove it. That way when you come in with your acrylic application, there's nothing in the way. Or when you're coming in for your polish, you don't have that in the way disturbing you. So I usually just go in at an angle. You never want to just have the cuticle nipper in one place or your hand in one position and the client's hand in one position. You want to keep moving your hands according to the angle of the nail, or in what direction you're going. You need to move the nipper or place the nipper on the opposite side. So just move as you go along. And then we're just dusting off the nail now, making sure the nail is free of any dust, any lint, anything, before we come in with our primer. Because we didn't do all that prepping just now, just to have to come back and put the primer on dust. So you want to make sure the nail is free of dust. And then I'm coming in with my Young Nails Protein Bond, and I'm just going to prime the nail, but I usually go like give this 2 coats. I give it 2 coats, and the napkin I use is the Viva paper towel. So with the paper towels, guys, like whenever you're buying, because I made this mistake before, you want to make sure it's the one that says cloth. So look for the Viva paper towel that says cloth. And this is the go-to nude that I'll be using, and that's my 8-ounce monomer, guys. I really love this monomer. The bottle is very convenient. As you can see, you just can spray it, so it's really like help with spilling and stuff like that. And I got a lot of reviews that this monomer does not have a high odor, so that's good. So I love that, because people be like, oh, I love it, the smell is not strong. So that's a plus with my monomer, and it's EMA as well. So whenever you're starting to pick up your bead, you want to make sure you submerge your brush completely. Submerge your brush, don't go halfway, and you want to make sure the tip of your brush is flat. Then you're going to come in, wipe one side off, and then that side that you didn't wipe, you're going to put that in your powder. Drain it if it looks a little bit runny, and then you're going to place that bead in the cuticle because you're doing a fill. And then you want to just give it gentle strokes, gentle pats. You're not doing this too hard or too aggressive, because you don't want to wipe the powder off the nail. So you just trying to keep the powder in place. And my powder, guys, they self-level, so when you put it down, all you need to do is guide it and give it gentle strokes and blend it. And also for a fill, you look how much new growth you have before you pick your powder up. So you don't just go in and just be like, oh, I'm just going in and I'm picking up a bead. No, you want to make sure you see how much new growth you have and the size bead you need to pick up. So like I said before, guys, make sure you submerge your brush, wipe one side of the brush, and then you're gonna come in your powder at an angle, that way, flat. And then if any excess monomer, you can drain it. If not, you can go ahead and place your bead. Then you're gonna tuck your bead in the cuticle. So you never want to place your bead exactly in the cuticle. You want to place it like just above the cuticle, and then you tuck it back in the cuticle. Don't overwork the bead. If you're working and you see anything that needs to be fixed, you can go ahead and fix it. But if it's already self-leveling, just leave it, let it do its thing, guide it, and see what you need to do. Don't just go right ahead and start playing in it. And then we're gonna come in with another bead. I'm gonna fix my tips, because you know, like if it has been like a 4 weeks fill, you need to rebalance the nail. You have to analyze the nail when the client comes in, see if the tip needs to be thicker, see if you need to, because guys, if you're doing a fill and it's 4 weeks, 5 weeks, you're gonna have some rebalancing to do. Meaning, let's say when you just did the nail, you place the apex where the apex is supposed to be, but then after 3, 4, 5 weeks, the nail grows out. So now the apex is not where you placed it. The apex is all the way up. So you need to get the apex back where the apex is supposed to be, and then you have to maybe do some extra drilling. So sometimes that's why some nail techs, they charge more money once you go over like a certain time before coming in for your fill, because it's really extra work, because you have to like spend so much more time drilling, because then you have to get the nail back in proportion. You have to get the cuticle, you have to get your apex where it's supposed to be, and you sometimes the apex grew out like so much, it's all the way too far up. So now you have to use your drill and remove most of that product that's up there and put the apex back where it's supposed to be. So that's basically rebalancing. Like the nail grows, so it grows out of shape, so you have to like regroup it, put the apex where it's supposed to be, and all that stuff. So that's basically why some nail tech says after 4 weeks it's going to be an extra 20, an extra $10 on your service for rebalancing, because they have a lot of drilling to do to get the nail back in proportion, looking proportional. And that's why, like, charge your worth. Like, even when, like, sometimes I charge and people is like, that's too much. No, it's not too much. Like, whenever I charge too little, I don't feel right with myself, so I stop doing it. Because whenever I'm done doing a nail, if I feel like you cheated me, that means the price is not right. End of story. Whenever I'm done doing your nail and you go through the door, you're happy and I am happy. So if I feel like I need to charge an extra $10 or extra $5 because you stayed 5 weeks before coming in for your fill, so now I have to spend an extra 5-10 minutes on you getting the shape back together and all that stuff. Well, I feel like I need to charge you an extra $5 and an extra $10 just to compensate for that time. So nothing is free. Nothing is free. Especially, I'm not talking about, okay, I give my client an extra rhinestone or whatever the case is. But I never want to feel like, I never want them to feel like, oh, when I come there, she don't charge for this, she don't charge for that. You know what I'm saying? Because people watch you. They know what they're supposed to be paying for. Like, if they come in with a missing nail, do you think they don't know they're supposed to pay an extra $2 for that nail? They've been getting their nails done for so long. Do you really think they don't know they pay for an extra nail to be fixed? And let's say they book on the booking site and the nail was, let's say $50 for a fill, right? $50 for a fill. They didn't add on no nail fixes. They didn't do none of that. They come in for the fill. One nail broke. Oh, this is the story. Oh, girl, my nail just broke yesterday. Or this happened this morning. I can't believe. Yeah, but this happened this morning. Too bad. But I got to take it off maybe. Or if it came all the way off, I got to put it on. So I have to do that extra work, reshape that finger. When they go to the shops and whatever, they pay for everything. They pay for everything. So if I feel like I want to do it for free, I do it for free. But I don't want them to think whenever they sit down and they have a missing nail, it's not being charged for. Or if you feel generous and you want to just put on the nail, it's just a nail, put it on, you don't want to charge all that extra stuff. If that's the case, whenever they're going, you could be like, the balance is $50. I didn't charge you for the nail fix today. You have to let them know that there was a charge for the nail fix. You just didn't charge it, because in the future, if you decide to charge it, she's gonna be like, oh, so now she's charging for nail fixes and stuff like that. Because they know they're supposed to be paying, but you never charge them for it. Or you never charge them for rebalancing. So you have to be like, even if you want to do it for free, you have to let them know that the balance is 50. It was 55, but I didn't charge you for the rebalance. Or it was 60, but I didn't charge you for the rebalance. You know what I'm saying? Just be like clear with them. So whenever I'm done doing a set, guys, I'm gonna do a discussion about pricing in a whole nother video, because that's a long topic. That's a very long topic. But as for me, if I'm cheating myself, I don't feel right about it. So I make sure I feel good first. Because sometimes you do a set and you charge the client, you're like, what in the world? I feel like it's not worth it. So charge how much you feel it's worth. When the client goes through the door, if you feel bad that you just spent 2 hours, 3 hours on that set, but you only collect $80, you need to raise your price. That's it. You need to raise your price, whatever makes you feel comfortable. And that's when I know, okay, my prices are right. Because when I'm done doing the set, I don't sit down when the client goes through the door and be like, oh my gosh, I only charge this, and venting to myself. No, or calling my friends and telling them I charge that, I should have charged more. No. Once you start feeling that it's because you need to add something to your price, and we're going to do a whole nother pricing video. But for now, let's get into it. I got to pricing because I was speaking about rebalancing, so that's how I got to pricing. So if you feel like it's been 6 weeks, it's been 5 weeks, and they come in, it's no way you can go directly and prep and go straight to the filling. Or even if you do that, it's no way you're gonna drill like how you would have drilled for a 2 weeks fill. So you're gonna do an extra 10 minutes. So it's up to you. You decide if you want to charge extra for that. But I'd say you could throw a $5 in it. Doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt. But I would say $10. But if you want to start with five, I could see with you for that. Anyway, so whenever I'm done shaping, I always make sure I turn the nail from the client's angle, and I see if I have anything to fix. I look at the sides, I look at the free edge, making sure everything is looking nice and right, because sometimes you don't get everything right from your angle. You can always turn it around and see where you can fix. This way, like, this called the client's view, so you're seeing what they're seeing, and that's the most important thing. You need to see what they see, that they're happy when they leave. So just turn your client's hand around and see how much you can fix from that angle too, if you didn't get it right in one shot. Now I'm coming in with my medium drill bit, and I'm just coming in, cleaning up my cuticle, making sure my nail is nice and smooth. Whenever you are drilling the nail, guys, you want to make sure you got your pinky finger resting on the client's nail or on your nail, whatever you're comfortable with, but you're definitely going to need your nail as a stabilizer. So just make sure whenever you are drilling, you have your pinky finger resting somewhere. That way you have better control over the drill. And whenever you're drilling, it's just the same, guys. You have to pay attention to the nail, see what needs to be drilled. Worst, this is like a 4 or 5 weeks fill. I need to look that, because it's going to I have like rebalancing to do, so I'm gonna be doing like excess drilling that I wouldn't be doing if it was just a 2-week fill, because now the apex is way out of place and I have to make it flat. So that's why you see I'm drilling especially that middle area so much, because it's too thick. That's where the apex was. So that's what that part right there, yes, that's where I have to be flattening out, because this is like a 4-week fill, 4 or 5, I don't even remember, 4 or 5 weeks. So you want to make sure you pay attention to that if the client comes in like weeks later than their actual date that they were supposed to come in. And also, whenever you're drilling, make sure you remove all the product from the side walls. You don't want to leave nothing for your hand file. If you can get it all out with the drill, it's even better for you, because honestly speaking, I think it's better to seal the nail with a drill than to seal it with a hand file. It can be done with a hand file, don't get me wrong, but I just think the drill gets the job done better. So whenever you're cleaning up your cuticle, you want to make sure you have the drill at an angle. You cannot just be drilling straight in that position how I have it right now. If you're going in the sidewall, you want to make sure you put the tip of the drill bit in the sidewall. Wherever you're drilling, wherever you're cleaning up, let's say you're trying to get the cuticle, you want to make sure the drill bit is in the cuticle. If you're getting the sidewall, the tip of the bit is in the sidewall. And I was just showing you right now how the apex grew out of place, and I'm just making that area flat because it's too thick. It's way too thick. So I was just showing you just now how I'm rebalancing the nail. And then you see how the more I drill that part, the apex in the back starts to show up. It wasn't showing before because it was all on one level. The middle and the middle part and the apex was on one level. So now that I get that part flat, then the apex in the back starts showing. And see how I'm turning the client's finger, turning the drill bit, turning my hands. You want to make sure when you're drilling, you're not just stiff and in one place. Be flexible. Turn the client's finger, turn your finger, and get your angles right. That way you're not cutting your client and you're getting the job done. And also I use my drill bit to clean up my free edge. That way, even if the free edge was a little bit on the thicker side, you can always just come in with your bit and clean it up. Your free edge, they say, shouldn't be no thicker than a credit card, but it's up to the nail tech. I see nail techs do nails and the free edge is very thick and the nail looked good, but maybe that was the client request as well. I think it all comes down to the client, what the client wants and what you like as a nail tech. Find what you like and do it like that. You know, take like ideas from other nail tech and turn it in your own. Whenever I'm done drilling, I usually come in with my hand file and I'm just gonna go over the nail one last time just to tighten it up, because I notice like whenever I go over the nail I have a better like results and everything looks nice and tight, like no bumps, no lumps. So even though the drill I spent 5-10 minutes drilling, I still come in for another 2 minutes. I'm not doing this for a long time. I probably just do it for 2 minutes, just get the corners and making sure if there was any lumps or bumps or anything that could be tightened, you could use it with your hand file. You could use your hand file to do it. So I usually just come in with my hand file and I get that done, and then after this I just come in with my buffer and I buff the nail. Send the clients to wash their hand and get ready for the design. guys are subscribed to the channel, guys, and I hope you're liking the videos. You're not just watching the videos, you have to like the videos, you have to subscribe, and you have to leave comments. Like whatever you're thinking, you can leave a comment in the comment section, because I'm always responding to my comments. And also, it's very important to like, you have to like the video. Okay, now it's time for the design. So I'm gonna do a pink matte design with some glitters in it. So this pinky finger right here, we're gonna do a glitter throw on it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put my first coat down, and then the second coat for the pinky finger, I'm not gonna cure it, and then I'm going to throw the glitter in the polish while it's wet. So that's the plan for the pinky finger. The first coat, I'ma cure it. Then the second coat, I'm not gonna cure it. I'm gonna throw the glitter in it and let the glitter dry in the polish. So the second finger, guys, I'm gonna do a French V-cut French. So for this V-cut French, also again, whenever you're doing any kind of lines, you want to make sure your pinky finger is resting somewhere to keep you stable, and you want to try to do the outline first and then you shade the nail. So get the outline, get the V right, and then you come in and then you just shade the rest of the nail. So for this V pinky finger, we are going to do a matte look. I'm gonna show you guys, but for this, like whenever you're doing glitter throws and stuff like that, you want to make sure the most time you can throw it in the wet polish, or you could throw it in a wet top coat. But for me, it depends. I always go for the wet polish because I could see better. Like if I use a top coat, I might put some of the top coat out of line, and then I throw the glitter in that, then the glitter is going to be stick to it, then it's not going to have its definition when it's dry. So like I said before, whenever I'm doing any form of design, I try to make my outline first, see where I'm going with the design, having my pinky finger resting on something, somewhere, the client's hand, my hand, whatever it takes, whatever makes me comfortable. And then I do my outline, then I shade it in. All these polishes that I'm using right now is from D&D. And then my nail brush, I got it off of Amazon. So most of my polishes are D&D polishes. I tried other brands before, but I don't know why I like D&D polishes. Like, do y'all have a specific brand that you like that's not D&D, or you're a D&D girl? Let me know like what brands you like and like why you like it. Because for me, I like D&D because it's not too thick and it's not too runny. Like, it's easy to polish. That's what I get from it. I feel like whenever I'm using it to polish, I have a good flow. So I don't know, like I use a lot of D&D polishes. I have other brands too, but like D&D always like just, it always does it for me. So I just stick with them. I tried other brands before, but I find it, oh my gosh, it's too thick. Or what I noticed, when the polish is too thick, it's hard to get it a nice flush look in the cuticle. So that's why I don't like my polish too thick, but also I don't want it too runny where it's running to the side and messing my shape up. So I like D&D because it, to me, have a good consistency, and I like the bristle of the brush as well. I get a good polish from it. So yeah, like if you have any brand that you like, let me know in the description box. But I tried a few before that. It didn't give me a reason to leave D&D. You know what I'm saying? So I already put the second coat on the pinky finger. Now I'm going in again and I'm gonna outline my French one more time. Whenever I'm doing a French, I give it 2 coats unless the color is like a super pigmented color. Then I'll leave it. But for the most part, I go in with a second coat on most of my outline designs. That way it looks more vibrant. Now I'm coming in with my glitter, guys, and remember the polish is still wet, and this is how I do most of my glitter accent nails. I just leave the polish wet and then I throw it in. Depends on the look that you're going for as well. So for this look, I always just do my second coat, leave it wet, and throw the glitter in it. And you want to make sure you're wiping your sides, because if the glitter fall to the side, that means you're messing your shape up. So when she's done with that, then I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna put some matte top coat. So this is matte top coat, guys, because this is a matte design. So I went in and I did like a matte top coat because I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna do another glitter throw. What I'm using right now is blooming gel. I'm gonna do a marble design on this nail, so I'm gonna mix some polish in. So I want the blooming gel, you know, to kind of give the marble some definition. Y'all know how blooming gel works. So I'm just coming in with my polish. I put the blooming gel down first, and I'm just gonna mix in some pink, 2 shades of pink and some white, and the blooming gel is going to help everything to blend nicely. I also wanted to let you guys know that we're having free shipping on the website. So whenever you're ready, we're doing a Valentine shipping. So go ahead and check the products out because we're shipping to you for free. Use code LOVE. I'm just gonna add some silver to it because I think, okay, if it's having that look, maybe add some silver. Let's jazz it up a little bit. You know, I'm kind of extra sometimes, so I decided to go in with some silver, give it some more definition. So now I'm going with my rhinestone glue. I got this rhinestone glue off of Amazon. I think it's from Macart. Yeah, it's a Macart rhinestone glue. And I'm just gonna come in. I put the glue down first, and I'm just gonna come in and do like a little cute design at the cuticle of this nail. Then I'm gonna put that to dry, then I'm gonna come in and do another glitter nail. So stay tuned and make sure you like the video. Whenever you're putting stones on, you want to make sure that the stones are straight before you put it in the light, because whenever it's dry, the stones are not going to move. So you want to make sure you spend like an extra 2 3 minutes, 1 minute, just making sure all the stones are in line before you put the nail in the top coat, because once it dries, that's it, unless you're gonna pop them off or drill them off or whatever, how you remove your stones. But just save yourself the extra work, making sure everything is nice and flat before you put it, nice and straight before you put it in the light. And I try not to use excess glue, because sometimes when I use excess glue, like, it changes the shape or it leaves like a bulk wherever the stones are. So you want to make sure you don't have too much glue hanging out on the sides as well. Just be generous with the glue, making sure, because if you put too much glue, like I said before, then that area is going to be bulky, whether it's squeezed out on the side or in the middle. But you just want to try to keep your stones as nice and flat. So now we're gonna come in now on the matte nails. The nails are matted, so now we're gonna come in and we're gonna draw the line that we're gonna put the glitter on. You wanna matte the nails, because let's say you throw the glitter on without putting top coat. Even if it was shiny, you wanna put your shiny top coat and then you do this part. Because if you don't put top coat on the nail, shiny or matte, that means when you throw the glitter, it's gonna stick to your design. So you put the matte or shiny top coat just to make sure the glitter goes exactly where you want it to go. Because if you throw it on without putting top coat on, it's gonna stick to the polish on the outside. You want the glitter just to stick to the design. So you have to matte the rest of the nail, or use a non-cleansing top coat. Because if you use the one that needs to be cleansed, that means you need to cleanse it before you throw the glitter on it, because that means the layer is tacky, and you're gonna have to if the layer is tacky, that means the glitter is gonna stick to it. So if it's a top coat that you need to cleanse, you have to go ahead and cleanse it before you do the design. So if you use a non-cleansed top coat, you could go right ahead, or a matte top coat. So you have to matte or do shiny top coat on your design before you do any sort of detailed work. If you want the glitter to be on one spot only, you have to matte the rest of the nail or make it shiny, one of the two. So now that we're done with that part, she's just gonna put her hand back in the light, and then we're going to add some polish to this one. Since I just put some matte on it, now we're gonna come in, put some polish, and do another glitter throw on this one. And whenever I'm done with the glitter throw, all I do when the nail come out the light, I cure it for 30 seconds or 60 seconds, whichever one, but usually after 30 seconds mine is dry. And then when it's out the light, I just dust it off, and that's it. And guys, remember, any product you want, you can click the link in my description box. It's going to take you right to the store. And if you use code YouTube, you get an
Yeah,
additional 10% off.
yeah, my
And right now
phone.
we're having a sale. We're having free shipping for Valentine's. So go ahead and check it out. Until next time, bye.